What's up guys, and welcome back to the Nurse Nook. My name is Alexis Nicole and I make videos all about nursing, lifestyle, and navigating life as a registered nurse. So this video today is very important because if you guys have been anywhere in the media, know about nursing, you know the burnout rate is ridiculously astronomically high, right? And so I'm making this video for you guys in hopes of not necessarily eliminating the risk of burnout, because I know a lot of burnout is due to unsafe staffing and unsafe working conditions, and there's no amount of self-care that's gonna fix that. But I'm making this video in hopes that it will just help relieve some stress, help you create a healthier routine and how to manage your personal life and your life as a nurse. So I'm gonna start with some things that you can do while you're actually on the clock at work that will really help kind of reduce your stress a little bit, and little things you can do to pour into yourself to make sure that you have the most energy and the most positive experience that you can given the circumstances that you're working under. So the first thing I'm going to share is drinking plenty of water. Drink your water. Oh my gosh, I cannot stress this enough, because at the end of the day, I notice if I haven't been drinking water consistently throughout the day, not only do I get more tired and more lethargic easier, but I feel so drained at the end of my shifts. I'm like, oh my God, like what did I just put my body through, right? So make sure you are staying hydrated. That is number one. Number two, make sure that you are taking your bathroom breaks. If you do it correctly, you can take a pee break in 45 seconds. It is possible, y'all. Always make sure that you take time for your potty breaks. I know some people say, oh, I don't have the time to. Listen, if you prioritize your time appropriately, if you cluster your care, you always have time to take a 45-second pee break. Okay, we want healthy bladders, and of course if we're drinking more water, we're gonna be peeing more. Okay, we don't want any UTIs, so make sure that you are taking your potty breaks. Another thing that you can do, and this is something that I practice often if I'm ever feeling really stressed or overwhelmed, or just went through a code or something very stressful at work, is taking some time to take a little break and do some breathing exercises in the bathroom. Again, this is something that can be super quick, tagged along with your potty break. I literally just do deep belly breathing exercises and I come out feeling a lot more clear, feeling a lot more level-headed, and just feeling a little bit lighter. So if you're ever feeling flustered, you feel like you have 5 million things to do at work, you're feeling stressed out, just take a few seconds. Even if you can't make it to the bathroom, go to the supply room, go to a corner, whether in your patient's room, literally you can breathe anywhere. My favorite is definitely the bathroom, just because it's secluded, I have my own space, I can focus on my breathing without interruptions. But deep breathing exercises have been a game changer for me. Another thing you can do at work is ask for help, delegate. Oh my gosh, this is something that I used to struggle with. I was the type of person that was like, oh, I have to do everything myself, anything that's on my to-do list, I can do it myself. But then you just end up stressing yourself out, okay? There are some nurses out there that do not think twice about asking for help. And why can't that be you, okay? Now, granted, if you're not doing anything and you're just sitting being lazy on your phone and you're asking a tech or another nurse to do something for you, don't be that nurse, okay? But if you are overwhelmed, you have a lot of things to do, especially a lot of time-sensitive things, ask for help. Call your charge nurse, ask your pod mate, ask another nurse in the same unit, whatever, ask a tech, whatever. If it can be delegated and you are at your wit's end, just ask for help, okay? Something else you can do, and this is one thing that really makes a difference for me, and that is bringing a yummy, healthy lunch. So for one, I notice that whenever I bring a good lunch to work, I am kind of more excited throughout my first half of the day, ooh, I have a good lunch to look forward to, I'm excited, I get to eat. It's just the little things that really set you up for a more positive experience during your shift. So something as small as having a good healthy lunch. And so that's for the first half, right? Now you've eaten your yummy healthy lunch, and now for the second half of your shift, you're more energized, you fed your body well, you put good ingredients into your body, and now you have more energy and a little bit more pep in your step to finish the rest of your shift, right? Versus whenever I don't bring my lunch for work and I'm forced to go to the cafeteria downstairs and all they have at 2 a.m. is chicken tenders and fries, right? I eat chicken tenders and fries because that's the only option. and I'm feeling yucky, tired. Whenever I eat unhealthy or especially fried food, I just feel like weighed down. And so that affects my shift. And if I keep doing that night after night, that's gonna affect my overall like energy levels. I'm gonna feel more fatigued. I'm not gonna feel chipper going to work. It's the little things that start adding up over time. And so that's one thing you can do to help kind of switch the narrative for you and just, you know, provide more energy and life into your shift. This is the last tip I'm going to share for being in the work setting. And this is something that may be a little controversial for people, but this is something that I have done, experienced, and it makes me feel great. And that is increasing your knowledge while at work. So what I like to do at work is we have a lot of like modules that go over like all type of disease processes specific to the NICU. So I'm a NICU nurse. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below and share. But what I will do is I will pick like a specific disease process, something that I'm not comfortable with or something that I don't know about, and I will learn about it while I'm on shift. If I have like some downtime, I will literally go over, take notes, and learn something new. And I've learned that doing this really makes me feel, one, not only more confident at my job, but two, it makes me feel that my time has been well spent, because humans are programmed to be growers. We are constantly supposed to be growing in our knowledge in all aspects of life. And so if we're putting this extra effort to learn, we're boosting our confidence, we're using our time effectively, and I just feel better leaving a shift if I've done, you know, if I went kind of above and beyond my duties. And so it's just something that you guys can try. It definitely makes me feel better, makes me feel more confident, makes me feel like a better nurse, because, you know, we always should be learning. So definitely I recommend you guys try that. Now moving into after shift, right? How do we unwind after a crazy, stressful shift? You know, we experience death, we experience heartache, we experience so many tough things at work as a nurse. And so how do we decompress from that? This is where I implement my self-care routine. So what I like to do now, I recently switched to working on day shift, thank the Lord. I recently switched to day shift, and so now I can have more of like a normal nighttime routine after work. And what I like to do to de-stress is taking a nice warm bath and reading a book with a little candle on. Oh my gosh, it's like no matter what happens during my day, if I have that bath, my candle, my book, the stress literally just melts away. And another thing that I've been doing, oh my gosh, okay, so this is something that I recently discovered. Thank you, Tiger Balm, for sponsoring this video. It is my Tiger Balm pain relieving ointment. Let me see if you guys can see that. Oh my gosh, guys. So, you know, we have stressful days as nurses. It is what it is. A lot of us complain of chronic back pain, shoulder pain. I carry so much tension in my shoulders and in my upper back. It's ridiculous. Whenever I go to get a massage, the people massaging me are always like, oh damn girl, you're tense. I'm like, yeah, shawty, I know. I seriously love this ointment because it's all natural. It's made from essential oils. It's made from herbal blends of like medicinal plants. It is so good to my body, and immediately, since it has mint in it, whenever I put it on my, especially up here, like on my shoulders, it's like immediate like breath of fresh air. I feel like my muscles are literally breathing whenever I put it on. But this is something that I've added to like my routine to just kind of help de-stress at night after long shifts, and it has really just like upped my routine that much more. I also have like patches that you can probably wear like during your shift if you really have chronic back pains, especially like lower back pains. Oh my god, that'd probably be great. But I will leave a link down below for the Tiger Balm so you guys can check it out. So that's my nighttime routine or my post-shift routine, but everyone's is gonna be different. Some people don't enjoy reading, and that's totally okay. Sometimes I like to meditate, sometimes I like to take a bath, sometimes I like to read. You know, everyone has like a different vibe that really like lets them de-stress. I know a lot of people like to watch reality TV, trash TV. If that is your de-stressor, girl, do it. Whatever you can do to get your mind off of work, to kind of switch from work life to home life, do it. No one can tell you what's bad for you, what's better for you. You know it works for you, so do just that. Oh, another thing that really helps is stretching. Along with the pain relieving ointment, oh my god, doing like a good stretch after my shift, so life-changing. Something else that can really help with preventing burnout is creating a solid bedtime routine. So a lot of nurses, oh my God, if not most nurses, complain about being or feeling chronically tired, lethargic, and exhausted. And I will say sometimes we have some really unhealthy sleep habits, especially if we're night shift nurses. And I'm learning now, since I'm on day shift and switching from night shift routine to a day shift routine, I have been cutting it real close with getting a proper amount of sleep before my shifts because I'm so used to staying up all night. So I highly recommend having a bedtime for yourself. So if you have an iPhone, and I'm sure most phones do this, there is a feature that you can set a bedtime for yourself and it will go off every night. And it will remind you, hey girl, we need to get to sleep if we want to have enough energy for our shift tomorrow. I highly recommend doing that. It's just something that reminds you like, hey, like we need to get to bed, because sometimes you can get so caught up in your day and what you're doing, and next thing you know it's 1 a.m. and you have to be up at 5, right? And we don't want to do that because we want to give and pour into ourselves so that we are not working through, you know, this much energy and it's just gonna wear us out over time. Now, still talking about home life, something I recommend is creating clear boundaries for yourself, leaving work at work and home at home. So that includes not picking up extra shifts because your unit is extremely short and they're making you feel guilty and you need to pick up the slack. Listen, do not force yourself to pick up extra shifts unless that is something you want to do and you feel that you have the bandwidth to do. Do not stretch yourself thin just because you feel guilty that your unit does not have the appropriate staff. I know we care about our patients. I know that we want to be good nurses, but also we cannot be good nurses if we're not pouring into ourselves equally, right? So have clear boundaries. Do not feel forced to pick up extra if that is not what you're trying to do, okay? Boundaries. Another thing that I will scream from the top of the mountains that I think everyone should participate in is therapy. Oh my gosh, I recently started therapy and it has been such a game changer for me. And there have been things that my therapist has connected with my work life that I would have never thought of before. And so even if you feel that like, oh, like I don't take work home with me, I'm totally fine, it doesn't bother me, you could always benefit from therapy. Highly, highly recommend. Another thing that can kind of complement therapy is having like a solid support group. So a lot of times having other nurse friends is so beneficial because no one kind of understands your profession like other nurses. So having a solid group of friends or peers to kind of vent to and kind of just be like, oh my God, like today sucked, or, you know, you need that group of people that understand you and someone that you can lean on and relate to that maybe some of your other friends cannot. And the last bit of advice I'm going to give to you guys is taking care of yourself physically. So that means moving your body in some way on your off days, whether that's yoga, a long walk, Pilates, weightlifting, you know, just hitting the gym, whatever that looks like for you. Taking care of your body is just an extension of taking care of your mental health, right? Because when we feel strong, when we feel good, when we feel healthy up here, right? This is the center, right, up here, but everything, your gut health, your body, how much you're exercising, what you eat, everything affects this, right? And so this is where we experience burnout. And so we want to make sure we are taking care of all of this so that we can take care of this the best we can. That is my last tip for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any tips or self-care habits that you do that help you de-stress from work, definitely leave it down below in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video.